This is an impromptu video of the matter that I'm making as I'm reading through the mailing list and also keeping myself updated regarding the changes in the last couple of hours, couple of days. So by the time I post this video, it will be obsolete, it will be outdated. Even if I keep editing to a bare minimum, there will be no way for me to predict the future. So I highly recommend you do your own research regarding this matter and not rely on one single source like me. So with that out of the way, so we're going to discuss about the recent attacks against the Arch user repository and what it means if you use Arch Linux or any of its derivatives like CashOS, for example. It is also important to keep in mind that it is a supply chain attack where what's being attacked is how you get your software instead of the software that's being installed itself. That distinction matters because a supply chain attack implies that if you have never interacted with the repository itself, you're going to be perfectly fine. If you've never used commands like paru, yay, or similar helpers, you're not going to be affected by this. However, if you wish to know whether or not you've installed packages or software from outside the main repository, which is not affected by this attack, you can simply type in the following command. That command will print out a list of packages that were installed from outside the main repository, and you can later compare the list to a list of packages that were compromised by this attack. I'm perfectly aware that there are scripts that can automate all this effort for you, but I cannot recommend them to you. If you are going to run those scripts, make sure to verify that they are perfectly safe, because simply put, when you have problems like this, people are going to sell solutions for you, and you don't want that solution to be causing the same problem you're trying to avoid. Now let's talk about what happened and how we got here in the first place. But first, let's talk about what the Arch user repository is, because it's not really a place where users or the community upload their own software. Instead, it is more like a place where people can upload the scripts they can use to download and install software that's not available in the main Arch repository. These attacks actually target those scripts. What this means is that the software that you installed from these packages haven't been changed by the attackers. It is only the steps of the installation that have been altered by these attacks. How they managed to do it has got to do with how the Arch user repository actually works. You see, packages there are maintained by users like you and me. They're part of the community. As a result, they can just leave at any time, leaving these packages in an orphan state. Essentially, they have no maintainers. In that state, these packages can have a new maintainer upon request. Essentially, someone volunteers to be a new maintainer for these packages. And as a new maintainer, they have all the rights to change the packages however they want. And here you might already see the issue. If someone malicious takes over packages that people still use, just not maintain, they can modify the scripts to install the packages to also include a malware like this. And what is this malware exactly? Well, according to reports, this malware is designed to steal credentials from browser cookies, so session tokens and login credentials, as well as from applications like Discord, Teams, and Slack, among other things. These stolen credentials would mean that they could access your account without needing your password and even bypassing things like two-factor authentications altogether. And now comes the bitter part of the video. What should you do if you're infected? Well, first of all, rotate your credentials right away, change your password, end all active sessions on your accounts, and also regenerate the keys and tokens of those accounts if possible. Second of all, I would just reinstall everything on that system. I would not trust that system. It has been compromised, and I would say you should do the same. And for everyone else, stay safe and stay informed. This is Morgan. Thank you for watching.